Drive for drive and tourist. Top for top for Norris. City hypocrites, them a galande. City hypocrites, them a galande. City hypocrites, them a galande. Them cut against them one another. Cut against them one another. Oh, them teach to love one another. Oh, them teach to love one another. And go.
Very pleasant. A very pleasant good afternoon to you. This is Pastor Rob, and this is a Jamaican Explosion. It's good to have you here with me this evening, and I hope things are going well wherever you are today, whether you're listening to us from the Atlanta area, whether you're listening to us from Metro Atlanta, up in Canada, in Springfield, Massachusetts, or down in Jamaica. I hope things are just going well for you today, and we have a great episode for you today. Let me introduce to you none other than our co-host from Atlanta, Hotlanta happening, Miss Nadine Dixon. How are you today?
I am good. I am enjoying fall so far. The weather is just nice. It's no longer hot Lanta, it's fall Lanta.
So it's fall Atlanta, huh?
Yes, and I'm enjoying it.
The actual uh, clothing has started to change, right?
Oh yes,
That-
definitely. And it's
yeah,
so nice and cool. It's real
yeah.
nice.
So getting out of those short sleeves and short pants and getting. But I see you already, Nadine. So what's happening within the Atlanta area this week?
Well, Pastor Rob, I really didn't get a chance to look that up because I've just been enjoying the weather and enjoying the time change coming up. But I do know that CC Winan is coming the 18th. I've already gotten my tickets, locked her in. So people, she's going to be at the Fox. I know the Georgia State Fair is actually happening as well. So that's just it for me. I'll do better next next week.
Well, Nadine, you've been going full swing all summer with all those different events, and I think every week you probably attended about two or three events, right?
Yes, I'm trying to recoup.
Okay, well, all right. So we'll give you a little blind this week, as they say in Jamaica. We'll give you a little blind, okay?
I'll
And
make it up to the audience for next week because there's always stuff happening in Fall Atlanta.
okay, all right, very good. So that's Nadine, and we're here this evening. And guess what? We have two very interesting host guests today on the program with us. We said that Jamaican Explosion is bringing to you the very best at home and abroad, right? And so far, we've been giving you a lot of artists and happenings happening in the Atlanta, around the Atlanta area, some from Canada and so forth like that. But this evening, we actually have two guests with us that are coming straight out of yard itself. Okay, we went down and we reached down and we brought up to you none other than two artists. Uh, some are multi-talented, both are multi-talented, and we want to welcome them to the Jamaican Explosion arena to our show today. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you none other than Mr. Ralston Barrett. Let's bring him on screen here. Ralston, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Pastor Rob.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nadine. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Okay. Thanks for taking the time to come up from Jamaica onto the screens, onto the airwaves, and be with us this evening. Mr. Ralston Barrett, and he is actually CEO, let's get him on screen, of Reggae PR and Symphony B Records. Is that correct, Ralston?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, very good. Well, it's good to have you here with us this evening. And we're going to introduce to you our other guest that's on with Ralston today. And we'll get to Ralston and get some information about him and what he's been doing down there in Jamaica and really worldwide because he's a worldwide figure. So we have Jahn'll, and let's welcome Jahn'll on the screen with us today. Jahn'll, how are you doing? Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, Jahn'll.
Jahn'll, right? Okay, what a beautiful name. It's good to have you here with us on the Jamaican Explosion Forum this evening. And we
Thanks
look
for
forward.
having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure every time, every time, every time. Okay, so once again, this is Jamaican Explosion coming to you from the Atlanta metro Atlanta area, going worldwide. We specialize in Jamaica, so to speak. Right, Nadine?
Yes, we do. We bring cultural awareness. We introduce persons to artists and individuals who are making things happen, who are just doing stuff. I mean, you may not know them, but we are hoping that by the time the show ends, you'll know something a little bit more about these guests and how they're contributing to Jamaica or to the worldwide.
Okay, so yes, once again, so we're gonna put Jahn'll backstage, and we're gonna bring Mr. Ralston up front. Okay, Jahn'll, we'll see you a little later. Mr. Ralston, you're here. Let's see if we could get it a little bit of focus here. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, so who here's Ralston Barrett? Who here's Ralston? And what motivates Ralston. We know him to be founder of Simply Be Records, publicist, music producers, artist manager, and event coordinator. So, who is Ralston Barrett? Mr. Ralston, tell us who is Ralston Barrett.
Well, first of all, I'm a patriotic Jamaican who loves this country the most. I'm a girl dad. Yes. I'm a father of one of the most beautiful 7-year-old girls in the world. Her name is Symphony. And here you know now why my record label is called Symphony Records.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that aside, I've been in the music business for 32 years. I've worked in various areas of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked as a producer, artist manager,
Mm-hmm.
events promoter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm best known as a publicist
Mm-hmm.
because for the past 25 years, I've been working with most of the top acts in Jamaica. I've helped to bring a lot of them to the fore as a publicist.
Mm-hmm.
How I got into the music industry is very simple. As a kid, I loved to listen to radio. I was always listening to radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I grew older, I started to buy cassette tapes or take friends' copies of the cassettes. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing led to another. I started buying records without even having turntables for myself. Yeah. So I would take my lunch money and buy turntables. Sorry, buy records. Yeah. That's about when I began managing high school in 1988.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was always that kid that wouldn't leave the radio alone. Because I received several spankings because I didn't want to leave the radio alone. I would always be changing the station. The station that played radio and dancehall. Because you remember back in the 80s, they play a lot of fine music on the radio. There was no dedicated
Yes.
station to Jamaican music. There was no station that played only Jamaican music. So I was switching from RJR to JBC,
Uh-huh.
from JBC to Fame. Just trying to find Jamaican music.
Yes.
And then when I got into buying the cassettes, I would buy some cassettes that had mood music on it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just the other day I told Peter Mitchell that I got into trouble several times for listening to one of his big songs in the 80s and I put it up. So I guess I could say I was born to be in the music business, but I didn't know it in the beginning because I was just having fun, just playing music. And in 1983, I think it was 84 when Tyler came out with that song, One of It. I was in prep school.
Yes.
And Yeah, and I would hear it on the bus all the time. Everyone at the bus, you would hear one about at some point in time on the bus. And from that moment in time, I got hooked to dancehall music.
Tiger got you hooked up.
Yeah, you got hooked with Wanga Gut, eh? The Wanga Belly.
That song did it for me.
That song did it.
Outside of Jamaican music, it was Michael Jackson.
Okay, all right.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Beat it.
Yeah.
But when you come back to the whole thing, this is it. I grew up in a house where there was music all the time.
Yes.
Not just me trying to listen what I want, but there was a turntable and a stereo system with a turntable and a 8-track player. Then you're a little bit too young to know what that 8-track player is.
I know.
And a cassette deck. So, but it was mostly gospel music. My grandmother would play a lot of gospel.
Yes, sir.
Charlie Pride and Peter Davis and those people as well.
Yes, sir.
And my uncles were more into the Mighty Diamonds and Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, you name it.
Yes.
So there was all the music in the house. So that's a big part of my whole what do you say now? Upbringing. Music was a part of my upbringing. You had to go to church and the singing in the church. I was on the church choir. I don't know why, because I couldn't hold a note. Still, I hold a note to play myself. I was there.
You were just making up a number, huh? Just making up the numbers.
Yeah, they needed an usher. So they put me on the phone. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
You were singing very low in the background. Very low.
You can't hear me?
Yes, sir.
You mean at the church choir?
Yes,
Yes, on the church choir. That's why they didn't realize you couldn't sing, because you sing so low.
So low. That's a good one, lady.
Yes. So Ralston, you're typical of many Jamaican youths who actually end up in the business, like myself, who started out buying a record or two from the record store, and sometimes we didn't even have a system to play it on, but grandma would have that little box shaped thing with the turntable in it, and I would sneak in and put on during my days, Big Youth, and all those different little dances that used to come around that time. That's what I would sneak out and buy 2 records here and 2 records here. Sometimes I spend my lunch money, so I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What happened now, Pastor? Eventually, an uncle of mine was in the States and shipped down some stuff. He's no longer with us. He's still rest in peace, my Uncle Tony. He was living in, I believe, Cleveland, Ohio at the time, on Florida. I don't quite remember. But he had shipped down some stuff, including a stereo. Now, this stereo was locked away in a room, and I found the key. So I was by my grandfather's house. So I would go over there, and I would take the headphones, I plug it in. Big system, big system. And I just sit there and I play music all the time. Start playing music, man. Nobody can tell me nothing because, I feel like I'm real and stoned up. Big selector, no, you can't talk to me. You can't hold me because I don't get scratch and everything. So eventually I told some friends that I have a sound.
Okay.
So now we come to the test and say, bring the sound, come and play. So I steal the sound out of the room, and I go somewhere and play and bring it back. So I have 2 more uncles. One of them is very strict. He's beyond strict. I don't know what's his brother up to this day. But the cool one now, Uncle David, found out that I'm taking out the sound system and play. So he come to me and say, we're having a party down by his workplace and somebody come and play. So I said, take it out, man. So me give permission. Phone in a day. So me give permission. Come and I go and play, and big thing, big thing in the community tonight. So everybody talk about me. So we put back the equipment. So the next day I go to school and come back, and I reach over by my grandfather's house and go to the room, just string up my sound and play. No sound. My sound gone. Then the uncle found out about it and said, oh, you have play sound and take for the equipment. But that didn't stop me. because I was a very resourceful kid at the time. So I figured out a way to hustle some money and buy one speaker here and a speaker there, buy a little preamp. You know, I was buying new stuff. And I put together a nice little system. And it got so popular all over town. I grew up in West Indies and I was the top of the town. So by now all the DJs, local DJs and singers want to DJ on my town. So we're going all over the place and playing. So one day, one of the guys, Mr. Peck is in the stadium. He came and said to me, "Manager, are you have a manager now?" So I said, "Manager?" He said, "Yeah, man, are you responsible for my career?" So next time he come back and say somebody want him for an event and he tell them that they have to talk to me. I said, "Yeah, this feel good because, you know, people have to talk to me, you know, because they're in a position with music, you know, so I say,
Yvette Taylor Reynolds.
I'm sorry, Ralston, we're not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm hearing
"Oh, I
it.
don't know what happened."
Yeah, okay, you're back. You're back.
Yes, I'm hearing it.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, so I was at the park where Mr. Peck said I was his manager and I started to try to play the role. So we started going to the studios in Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, all over. Kingston, all over. I would try to make contact with big producers like King Jammys, Bobby Digital, Jack Scorpio. You know, I was trying to get a foot in through the door. But I kept producing songs for Mr. Peck, and one thing led to another. I started producing other artists, and you know, after a while, word spread about my ability to promote artists.
Good.
And then by 1999 now, I had produced and promoted this young lady by the name of Stewart Kid, who had a #1 song in Jamaica at the time, called Little Shatter. And we had begun to travel to the US and, you know, and various places in the Caribbean for shows. But that little run came to an end abruptly. And she migrated. But within that time, Mr. Vegas was just blowing up. At the time, Mr. Vegas was blowing up. And his management called me and said, "Listen, come and work with us." Reluctantly, I did. The first time I had a meeting with Vegas' manager, when I went to the office, he wasn't there. And I left. So he called me back, and for a week I went and met with him, and I started working on Mr. Vegas' publicist, his very first publicist. And then I ended up working with Kid Bridge, Hawkeye, Olive Reed, Chico, a bunch of different artists during that time frame. At the same time, I would go on to produce our first hit rhythm project, a rhythm called Tap Tap Rhythm, which featured songs from Anthony B, Tony Rebel, some of the same guys that I was in PR for. And that project got very popular in France. And I would go on to produce a bunch of other artists, people like Brad Nooks and Gibbs and you name it. But the thing that stood out was my ability to promote artists. So more and more artists were coming to me now to ask me to help them promote their careers. So I decided to take a real shot at being a publicist.
Okay, very
and
good.
I've been focusing on PR ever since.
Very good. So, folks, if you're joining us right now, we're speaking with Mr. Ralston Barrett, CEO of Reggae PR and Symphony B Records. And it's great to have him here with us on the Jamaican Explosion Forum today. And Nadine, do you have a question before I present my next question?
Yeah, so Ralston, Symphony B, I know you mentioned that that's your daughter's name. I mean, when did you start that? And why you decided to start your own record? Is it a record label?
Yes, independent label. I've had labels before. The first one was Vibes, Acid Music, and then I had BIG Productions. But I started to stop producing music for a while Because after I released the Top of Top Rhythm, and I was fully into my PR career and production career at the time. Eventually, life changes came into being. My grandmom got sick, really sick, and I had to spend more time with her. So that means less time in this stuff. And at the same time, I met a young lady, and we kind of settled down together. And, first, I was in with a woman now, and everything just different. So I ended up working on the radio for a while, and I didn't focus too much on producing music. But eventually now, I would go back into the music production and start. Because I was so focused and so locked in being a publicist and also an entrepreneur. I had, a couple of business ventures, restaurants and gift shops, etc., stuff like that. But in recent times, I said to myself, I need to get back into music production because that's what I really like. And I wanted to do something for my daughter. I wanted to create something for her. So in 2021, I released the first project on the Symphony View label.
It's like I know I saw her in the background.
Even though I told her not to make an appearance. Every time I do one of these internet interviews, that's what happens.
That's all right. That's all right. No problem with it. Yeah. Yes, great, Nadine, that you asked that question because I actually had a question along those lines, which is tell us about the father-daughter bond with daughter Symphony and your perspective on family.
Let me tell you, family is everything.
Yes, man. All right.
But some of us were not blessed with the experience of having family in the sense of having a mother and a father like myself. I didn't grow up with my parents. I grew up with my grandmother. So my grandmother had to play the role of both mother and father for me.
Okay.
She was my everything. She's the motivator when I began growing up and wanted to do things in life. But before that, she was the person who nurtured me, who cared for me, who did everything to make sure that I would become a successful individual in life. And I tell you this, I wouldn't trade having my grandmother for anything in this world. But what I craved as a child growing up was the normalcy that other kids had. I was going to school with children who would tell me about their mothers, their fathers. I couldn't do any of that.
Wow.
So I developed this strong sense of resentment for those children. Because when in class, I was angry. Because when we were in class, and teacher said, what kind of work your father does? And I can't tell him anything about my father.
Wow.
My father was living down the road, less than a mile away, but I knew nothing about him. Despite the fact that his mother was raising me. But this man wanted nothing to do with him. And his mother was raising me since I was 6 months old. So I grew up without him being in my life and my mom being in my life. And I told myself at the age of 10, something very painful that happened at that point in time. My father was moving away from the area to go and live in another parish. He was in Westmoreland to go to Portland for work. And it was so painful for me, even though we didn't have a really close relationship. But now I was saying to myself, keep going to another parish. There's no way I can see him in your town. So I sat down and I wrote him a letter expressing my feelings. And I don't know if he had ever read the letter or anything, but what I told myself that day, when I grow up and I get children, or if I have a child, or if I have, more than one, I will never let them feel the way he made me feel. So I decided I wanted to be a better father than my father had been to me. No disrespect to him, I love him. He's no longer here physically, but I still remember my father, and I remember whatever good things he did, because it wasn't all bad stuff. And I wish that I was raising my child on my own, but it's a circumstance that I end up in.
Mm-hmm.
After my wife, decided to leave a relationship and eventually we got divorced, I ended up having to raise my daughter on my own, and I wouldn't trade this experience for anything, because being a parent, to me, is one of the best experiences that I've ever had.
That is so.
And children need their fathers. They need their mothers.
Yes.
They need their parents all around.
Well, Ralston, based on what we're seeing with Symphony just clinging to you, you obviously have a strong bond together. And she's not going to be a shy child. She's going to love to interact with others and stuff. And just keep doing the great job you're doing. Keep being a great role model.
Yes, Ralston.
Thank you. That's been my duty,
Yes, sir. That's exemplary information there coming from yourself. And I've read your background, and know that you was kind of like a little bad boy back in school, and I just get things straightened out yourself. Well, rude boy, then we say back in the school days and so forth like that, and had to actually get things straightened out, and that all comes from being in the broken family background, But I'm glad to see how you have straightened yourself out, and now you're being productive within the community, and it's just a pleasure to see how you and your daughter has bonded, and you are now a representative for among fathers for great relationships with their children. Tell me, Ralston, what is your present perspective? And this is very important to me because I know you've been in the business for a long time. You have seen folks come and go. You have seen ups and downs. What is your present perspective on the nature of the future of reggae music and the challenges the genre may face?
And let me tell you, reggae music is one of the greatest genres of music that has been created in these modern times. No matter what anybody wants to say, because there are a lot of pundits and so-called experts who are saying that reggae is dead, and some of them are, if they're not saying it's dead, they're saying it's dying.
It's dying.
Rubbish. I don't believe in that.
All right, I got you.
What we need to do is straighten out the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
The music industry needs to become as such, where it is a machinery that is creating stars, not putting up barriers in people's way, making it hard for them to come to the fore and gain exposure to become stars. We need to be more positive in terms of unearthing and developing new talents and giving them exposure. That is a problem within the Jamaican music space right now. It's so hard for females to get through the gate. Everybody said they have to sleep with somebody or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that tears don't cry. But it's not just the females alone that have a difficult time.
Mm-hmm.
It's artists who are around.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to change that. Now, I think the powers that be need to invest more in the people of Jamaica, specifically in areas that relate to culture and sports. Now, if Jamaica is such a powerhouse where music is concerned, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, listen.
We only have one institution that people can go to study anything about music or study music.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We need more infrastructure in place.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? To train youth to become artist managers, producers, musicians, even to have a vocal training and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the government needs to realize that, listen, reggae music and dancehall music is a great asset for this country.
Mm-hmm.
And the players within the industry too, we have to change our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
As I said before, stop putting up barriers in people's ways. Sorry. So we have to become more willing to give people a break. And I'm here to help as many people as I can.
Well, that's beautiful, Ralston. And as I heard you explaining those things, I do see you as a catalyst in that area. What you are saying is exactly correct. But we're glad that we have individuals like yourself who realize that there's a need and will address that need. Of course, you can't do it by yourself, but you have to get the word out there and get the thoughts out there that folks will say, well, something I never really thought about it. We don't have too many schools that deal with vocal training or teaching how to be producers and so forth like that. And there are folks out there that are feeling and thinking the same thing that you're the same way and thinking the same things that you are, but it just takes the right individual to go out there and begin to get to start the ball are rolling, so to speak. And I see you as one of those that's going to make those changes.
Yeah, well, let me say it. A lot of people sometimes are afraid to express their thoughts. I'm not someone who's afraid to express my thoughts. And I don't hold back, and I'm a deep thinker. And I've been observing a lot of things in the music business for many years. And I knew that because when we weren't in place, we would have certain problems arising in the industry. But we have a thing called trap music. And some people are complaining about the content, the lyrical content of trap music. But you gave the youths no other fight or option but to do what they're doing now. And that's why the trap music is so raw. It's so grimy, as they would say. And most of the lyrics are shocking. Because these youth that are coming through are angry, they're fed up. And you see, because nobody, they have to go to any producer or any manager to get up with them do what they have to do themselves and post themselves. They're not going to talk for nobody.
Okay, very good.
So you see, we have people knocking them and say, oh, look on the music them are doing, oh, it's so dirty and this and that. But these same music that come to some of these big producers that say, pass the record, they won't think about them.
Wow. That's a good perspective.
So that's serious, but I don't have it now. We're hoping that the music will select itself. And trap music, we don't want it to die. But we'd like them to sanitize it and take out some of the content about who they are, who the man and them kind of stuff. And, the negative elements.
Yes.
You want them to clean up the music.
Yes. I love the word that you use right there, sanitize. We have to sanitize. Go ahead, Nadine.
So Ralston, I know you say you help with producers and stuff. What happens if somebody comes to you with a song and they don't necessarily want to sing it or to give it to, or they want to give it to somebody else? Do you do that and stuff like that as well?
I've never been in that situation because almost everybody I know wants to sing their own song. I myself they want to sing. But I mean, I would be more than willing to connect a writer with artists who probably want material if it's necessary.
Right. Because when I'm thinking of Wayne Wonder when he used to just constantly be writing for others before he decided to start singing his own stuff. And there are a lot of other artists too. That's how they venture out. They start by just giving their songs to others first. So.
Yes, Ralston.
Yes, some artists do that.
Yes. And along those lines, I know Ralston is also helping a lot of other upcoming artists to get their break and to you're actually producing right now. And we have actually one of those artists with us here, and we're going to bring her on online right here. Ralston, we're going to have you stay because the dialogue is still between you and her and us as we introduce to her. And before, as I bring her on, though, I would like to say, just let us know what are you doing for upcoming artists like Jahn'll, who we're bringing on.
Hi.
Hi, Jahn'll.
Hi. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
So I was saying, Ralston, what are you doing for upcoming artists like Jahn'll?
Okay, well, let me explain this to you. I met Jahn'll because I was working as a producer. I still work with a producer.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a project that Jahn'll was on, and he asked me to do some promotion for her.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard her voice, I said to him, I said, it's a special artist. You know. She's a big talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to find out more about her. And, I also interested to find out, but that wasn't in his plans.
Mm-hmm.
So when I spoke with Jahn'll for the first time, I was interviewing her to write an article. I started struck up a conversation with her. And I said to myself, you know, I really want to work with this young lady, but, you know, at a different level.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, it took me some months, and I made up my mind. I said, well, you know, I want to manage, and I want to produce it, because I have a vision for your career, and I really think I'm the right person to help you to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we've been working since, and so far, everything has been going well. We have a song out that's doing well, and you know, we're gonna keep at it because I really think you have the talent to become a superstar.
Wow.
I think she's really a superstar. Jahn'll, we're gonna turn it to you now. Jahn'll, tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Well, I grew up in a musical family. My grandpa, the late great Clancy Eccles, it was always music for me. That's just my background, music and just performing and writing songs. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you? I know you grew up with your father and so forth like that. Did you go with him to the studios, to shows, and so forth like that? And did that rub off on you, so to speak?
Well, actually, we had a rehearsal studio at home and a recording studio at home. So I didn't need to go to studio with him, and I met a lot of artists through the rehearsal studios and stuff. And also my grandpa used to keep shows in Carib 5, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, I would go to those shows as well. So yes.
Okay. All right. So you started very early, right? I think I saw something here that at the age of 15, right? Began
Well,
to.
I started singing from the age of 7,
Mhm.
but I started singing professionally at the age of 15.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay, so you started singing professionally at the age of 15, doing backgrounds
Yes.
for a while, right? Background.
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
So how was that doing backgrounds?
It was a learning process for me. It was fun. I got to meet a lot of different artists, got to work on a lot of projects with different artists. It was just a learning process for me.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I'm so thankful for that because, it molded me into the artist that I am. Well, it helped mold me into the artist that I am today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that would help you, like in terms of discipline and being focused and all of
Yes,
that,
yes.
and the time it takes and the commitment. So
True.
at 15, Janelle, when all the kids are going out and having boyfriends and stuff, did you feel like you were missing out because you had to be working?
No, I wasn't missing out at all. It was just, I wasn't focused on that. It was just more about music. As I wake in the morning, I want to be in the studio. I want to listen to beats. I want to write songs. That was it for me.
Okay. So when did you really start thinking about seriously becoming an artist yourself?
Well, after I left Ashe Performing Arts School, at that time I was 17, going on to 18.
Hmm.
Yes, I was making an EP, and then I got pregnant, and then I had to, take some time off. and focus on, my son, because I'm a boy mom. Ralston is a girl dad.
Mhm.
I am a boy mom. So I had to focus on, being there for my son and stuff. And then after a while, um, Iwin came to me and said, listen, you're ready. It's time to come off the break now. You're ready. Let's go. And I haven't looked back since.
Okay. All right. Very good. And if you're just joining us here, this is Jamaican Explosion. This is Pastor Rob with Nadine from Atlanta. We have with us today, visiting, well, actually, right here with us today, Mr. Ralston Barrett and Jahn'll. Jahn'll, what's your last name, Jahn'll? Is it like your father, or you have a total different last name?
I have my dad's last name, which is Eccles.
Eccles, right? And, and a lot of folks might not know who your Clancy Eccles who was, but we knew him growing up in the 70s and the 80s, and I
Mm,
after I got your profile, and I went back, I did listen to a lot of the music that I was in Jamaica during the 70s. That's before I
mhm.
it. So I heard a lot of his music, but just didn't know that he was the person that sang those music. A
Correct.
couple of those music, like Fatty Fatty and so forth. I knew the,
Mhm.
as a little boy growing up in Jamaica, you get those little lyrics, you say, oh, that's who sang that. But great songs like Jamaica, the one that you sampled. Uh,
Yes, sweet Jamaica, sweet, sweet, sweet Jamaica.
sweet, sweet, sweet Jamaica, that like the one you
Mhm.
sang, and so forth like that. But Jahn'll, I heard
Mhm.
things about you.
Yeah.
I heard you like to tread on the controversial a little bit, which is not a bad thing. All right.
Mm-mm.
Tell me why you like to address the social issues of the time.
Because it's disappointing, it's distasteful, and
Hmm.
it is concerning.
Hmm.
And a lot of artists don't talk about it, but I want to be the voice.
Hmm.
I want to speak up about women, being um just the whole violence of children and women in the society in Jamaica. I want to be the person to speak on it, you know? Yeah. Because a lot of people try to defer themselves from it. I don't want to be a part of that. It is too sad, it's too depressing, but it is life and it is actually happening. So, we have to talk about it.
It's reality.
Yes, it's reality.
I call it sometimes, Ralston, the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
The elephant in the room. So I commend you, Jahn'll, on taking on that role as as
Yeah.
as the champion, to champion that, because it takes a real champion to champion that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Yes.
but let's hear a little bit a Jahn'll right here, and then we'll get back to you in a second. I like this one. It's why you do it. Why you do it?
Mhm.
Jamaica, sweet, sweet, sweet Jamaica. Symphony B Records, Jahn'll. Where this world I come to, they mash up the sweet, sweet Jamaica. Where this world I come to, they can't even beg you for no favor. Where this world I come to, they can't even trust all your neighbor. Where this world I come to, sweet, sweet Jamaica, me river. I see the evil all around. Sweet, 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 Jamaica.
Yes, indeed. So
Sweet, sweet Jamaica. Sweet, 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 sweet.
yes, Jahn'll. So Talk to us about some of those things that you're singing about.
Why you do it? I had to really lock myself away
Mm-hmm.
and really tune in
Mm-hmm.
and just write because there's a lot of violence being done to kids,
Mm-hmm.
and it bothers me because being a mom,
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what those parents have to go through you know when a police come and knock on your door and say that your child is dead or your child is missing, or it's just, and then we're hearing of in the news, men raping 8-year-olds, 2-year-olds, cutting their throats, all those things. It's just distasteful, and scary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I felt the need to talk about those things in the songs, in the song, so they can know that, listen, we're seeing everything that is happening.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing it.
My question to Ralston is, a lot of producers would shy away from this.
Yes.
What made
True.
you decide that, okay, you're gonna channel and help her channel this song and bring
Well,
stuff to light?
I live in Jamaica too, right? And
Yes.
I see what's happening. And I'm concerned. I have my daughter, and she has a sister,
Mm-hmm.
and there are two people there that are like everything to me, and I wouldn't want anybody hurting them. And I feel this thing about everybody that's tired in this country, and we're tired of hearing about boys being abducted, and I get to understand that boys are being raped, but we don't hear much about
Yes.
it.
Wow.
And
Hmm.
there's too much things in this happening in the society. So I was not afraid to produce this song. I was more than happy
Mm-hmm.
to produce it because they have to get the word out. They have to send that message out there that, listen, enough is enough, and we need to do something about these problems. From the start of the year, all you can hear about is women being killed, women being abducted, children being
Hmm.
abducted, children being killed, raped. We're tired of it, man.
Hmm.
And why do you believe artists don't or really the radio station personalities and those that are in the PR arena, why don't they bring more lights, shed more light on these things that are happening?
I don't think they're not bringing more light to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what you push. If you're an artist, and you're not singing conscious music, and you want to sing about your bumper, if you're a female, or if you're a male and you want to sing about your car or your big gun, or you want to sing about Mali or whatever. Whatever you push is what you're pushing. And if you go to the radio people and you're pushing certain things and they can play, they will play. But the type with this song, if I was to say it's not getting, if you play or put your play, I would be lying because they're getting tremendous support, especially from Arietta.
Hmm.
The people are
True.
winning. They're winning. But a lot of times the people who are making conscious music kick back and they're not promoting the music.
Mm-hmm.
So you have promotion, you have to promote what you have. So if so many people are doing music that is not deemed as conscious music or promoting, then if you're promoting that, if you're recording conscious music, you have to promote it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And that is not a one-dimensional artist.
Yes.
Just use it to introduce her.
Yes.
You're going to hear dance from Jahn'll. You're going to hear love songs from her.
I think
You're
I've
going
heard
to
a
hear
love song already.
rhythm or an R&B rhythm. But this is how we're starting out right now.
Okay. So
But one thing though, she will always keep it clean and entertaining and educational.
Always.
Jahn'll, you want to follow up on that?
Yeah, which is true. I don't believe I should be singing dirty music. Yes, it can be suggestive, but it shouldn't be like just out there dirty. I don't believe in those type of music. You can have fun music and you can have love music, you can have dance music without it being dirty,
Mhm.
you know? And that's just me. That's the road that I want to walk on and remain on.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta stay true to yourself if that's what you believe, and
Yes.
just make sure when you write your songs and stuff, it matches what's inside of you. And you know, producers like Ralston would continue to promote what you want versus forcing other stuff on you to promote. So that's the good.
Yes, and it's good that you said that, because I've worked with producers that they want me to sing a particular type of music, and when I say no, it's as if they're no longer interested in working with me because I'm not selling sex, through music.
Mhm.
I just don't think that I need to do that. So working with Ralston, it's a breath of fresh air. I can be free to express myself the way how I want to express myself, and there's no pressure. And I really appreciate that.
Well, we really appreciate what you are doing, and that you have agreed to champion that. And if there are, this one goes to both of you all, aspiring artists and producers and uh, promoters out there. I'll start with you first, Ralston, and then I'll go to Janelle. Uh, how would you encourage them? Someone that's
Excuse me.
aspiring.
Uh,
Mhm.
but first of all, you have to believe in yourself.
All right, got
You have to
you.
be positive.
Hmm.
Have a positive mindset,
Hmm.
and no matter what, believe in yourself and go after your goal.
Hmm.
Make sure God is a part of the plan.
Hmm.
And without God, you can't do anything.
All right.
Earlier you mentioned that I was a bit of a bad boy. I was a bad boy.
That's a bad boy.
Don't get it twisted. I dropped out of high school 6 times. Yeah, I grew up in the street of Madrid. I have a house in the street. Up to this day, I don't have a school leaving certificate. I don't have a diploma. But one thing I can tell you, I am one of the greatest entertainment publicists that Jamaica has ever seen. I am one of the best because I decided to be the best. I decided that I want to make something out of my life. I want to be somebody in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I know where to respond to them. And I'm repeating these things to tell the youth out there that right now you might be going through certain things and negative things. You can turn your life around and achieve success by doing positive things. So I want the youth to know you have to believe in yourself, believe in God, and work hard. Always have a plan. Plan A, plan B, plan C. I think can go wrong sometimes, but make sure you're working and you have a backup plan.
Very good. Very
And
good.
next thing,
Yes, sir.
try to associate with people who are smarter than you. Surround yourself with positive people. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
True. Yeah. I would say that too. Always surround yourself with positive people. Always surround yourself with positivity. You
Mm-hmm.
know, don't surround yourself with people that can't help you, can't better you as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Always, as Ralston said, always believe in yourself. Always push yourself
Mm-hmm.
to be better than you are now. Always push to be a better version of yourself.
Wow.
And just tell yourself that, listen, whatever you tell yourself that you want to do, you can do. Once it's good, just always stay on the right track and keep focused and do what you need to do. Don't listen to what people have to say, or because people are always going to say things, but just keep focused and just press on. That's all you need to do. Just keep treading on.
Okay. Very
Sure.
good. Very good. Nadine, you got a question here?
Yeah, well, basically, I was just gonna ask Ralston, if he could like say how if an artist
Pandemic Records. Pandemic Records.
Okay, sorry about that. Kind of cute.
If somebody's listening and wanted to reach out to you to connect to say, hey, I want you to be my producer, how can they reach out to you?
I'm on social media. Reggae PR boss on Instagram. Facebook is Ralston Barrett. Twitter is Ralston Barrett. I'm all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on all the platforms. Just click my name if you can't find me on social media. And you see the information pop up on outreach. And my business number is 876 298 6613. That's 876 298 6613. And it's Reggae. The email address is Reggae PR. Reggae PR at gmail.com.
Okay. So, and if you have anyone wants to get to Ralston, just get to Rob or get to Nadine now. We'll have that information for you, and we'll be glad to relay that to you. I know Ralston is doing not only great things for those that are down in Jamaica, but he's doing great things for those that are in the state. And I just want to ask both of you all, when are you all planning to come this way?
Very soon. We're working on it.
Okay.
Very soon.
Jahn'll, have you ever been to the States?
Huh?
Have you been to the States performing before?
No, I haven't been to the States as yet.
That's going to be very different for you, okay? Ralston, you've been here several times, right?
I've been to the States, I've been to England,
Yeah.
I've been all over the Caribbean. I used to be a road manager.
Yes.
I do the travel with artists all over.
Yes. So you've been around, and so
Consistently.
okay. We really look forward to having you both here in the Atlanta or the Metro Atlanta area pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah. And I believe Ralston, we need to hear more from Ralston, and we need to hear more from Jahn'll. I think you are very special uh, 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 contributors to the diaspora, so to speak. When I say that, you have folks that are just plain artists, but then you have contributors, those who contribute to the betterment of the industry. And I see you both as great contributors. I'm looking forward for things to come from both Ralston and both from Jahn'll, and I know it's in the work.
It is in the making.
Yes, man. Yes.
Definitely.
It is.
And definitely let us know when is your concert or whatever in Atlanta. We'll definitely come on out to support.
Definitely. I'll be in Miami in December. I'll
Okay.
be on the we call it Jamrock cruise. Yes.
Okay.
I'll be on the Jamrock cruise in December, so I'll be at Miami. So if you guys are in the area, you can stop by.
We love what goes on in Miami, but when we in Georgia like to have people for ourselves.
Yes. Okay.
If we have to
Robin and I will be working on that.
if we have to make some arrangements, so we have you here at some time during if not by the end of the year, maybe early next spring or so, and I could just imagine the contents that you'll have at that time.
Yes. A lot.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you both with us this evening.
Same here.
Yeah, we are Jamaican Explosion, and what we do is we showcase the best in Jamaica at home and abroad. The best, the very best in Jamaica at home and abroad. And of course, we were pleased today, Nadine, weren't we pleased to Mr. Ralston,
Oh
one
yes.
of the
Oh
very
yes.
best. He did say it, and not he did say he is one of the best. It's already written and it's down in history. He is so
Yes.
we
Yeah.
are yes, sir. Go ahead.
Jamaica, I felt good artists in Jamaica,
Yeah.
with Canada,
Yes.
Africa,
Yeah.
there's South Africa,
Uh-huh.
and I work with people in Asia.
Yes.
I work with people on several continents.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I've been top of this game over 2 decades
Mm-hmm.
as a publicist. So without a doubt, I'm definitely one of the best.
Well, we want to thank you both.
I can tell people Google me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, that's why we have forums like these to let folks that have to inform them. So we're glad that you didn't think it robbery to stop at a little show like a Jamaican Explosion. We're relatively very new. Uh,
Yeah.
but Nadine is with me and she's on Atlanta. And so Nadine, we're going to spread the news around about Ralston and of course Jahn'll. And we'll have them back at different times. You know, back at different times. We are actually looking for a link down in Jamaica to every so often, probably twice a month, give us some information on what's going on down there. Because a lot of times we're here and we're getting the foreign news, but we're not getting the yard.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
I understand.
Yes,
There's
sir.
one thing that's very popular in the news right now. I got like some wacky, but I don't know if I should talk about that. I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, all right. Okay. So,
But just reminding our listeners to like, follow, share, subscribe. So when we bring on new guests and new artists, you're able to be aware. You've been the first to know who's next.
yes. And with Ralston saying that, I know I have to bring him back soon because he's piqued my curiosity about what.
Yes, we want the sauce.
It's a tough situation. That's why I don't want to talk about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
but those are the situations. We just spoke about situations that people think are taboo, and we spoke
Mhm.
about situations that we know are the elephant in the room. So
Mhm.
somebody got to step up and bring up those situations. You know what I'm saying? If we want sweet Jamaica, then everything has to be dealt with, and everything has to be dealt with in its proper perspective. We are presenting the best of Jamaica, and for Jamaica to be the best, everything must be touched on. We can't just put
Mhm.
sweet things into a corner, so to speak, and
Mhm.
the rest of the room is clean, but the corner is messy. It's still
Mhm.
a messy room.
Mhm.
True.
Okay.
That's true.
So I'm a pastor. So I said, I praise God for people like you that are out and share it, that I get that pastor thing in there. Don't worry yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
But, Nadine, yes, sir. Just give me a final word before you leave. Each of you, and that will be the show for us. We'll start this evening with Jahn'll Falling. Falling, okay.
Yes, falling.
Falling, right? Okay.
Mhm.
A final word from you, Rodson, and then a final word from Jahn'll, and then we'll wrap it up and call it a show.
But let me thank you for both you and Eddie for having us here. Yeah. I
Mhm.
think the show is relatively new.
Mhm.
I like to work with people when they're just starting out
Yes.
because when the show button, you become a big time, a big deal. I think when I come up and I link Pastor, with the for this, you're with people at the beginning, man. You're not trying to, and that is what. That's why one of the things I find myself in. I tell people that I know almost everybody in the music industry before they were somebody I've known. Because I'm making a point I'm going to do to make connections with people from all over because I can see the potential. I don't wait until that person is a big time radio DJ or a big time artist or something to try and connect with them. Once I see people out there, I try to make a link. I'd like to be there for the business. I want to thank you guys for it has been a tremendous experience.
And thanks for coming on too. Thanks for coming on. We definitely appreciate you, and we look forward to partnering with you going forward.
Symphony is asking if you can say goodbye.
Bye-bye. You could say she's a definitely a nice girl, you know.
It's something else.
And if my father had named a recording label after me, I would love Daddy too.
Wait till the royalties start coming in.
All right, come on now, Jahn'll. Leave us with something today.
Well, I just want to say thank you. I'm honored that you guys, that I was able to talk to you guys. You know, even though you guys are young, I know you guys are going to be big, 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 big. Because I had fun speaking to you guys today. I like the fact that I could be open. I could speak on certain issues and stuff. Yeah. So that's my parting words.
Yes,
Thank you guys for having me.
great having you here today again, and it definitely won't be the last time, and
No, definitely not. Definitely won't.
Nadine and I are going to remain the same. It don't matter how things get. We'll remain
Yes.
true to it, all the way through,
Yeah.
genuine.
Once you're genuine, there's no change.
And I was just sharing the same sentiments with somebody today, Ralston, that I am a person too that who have been in the radio station business back in the early '90s for quite a while in Springfield, Massachusetts. So, but I always like to get people that are just coming and give them a break, or those that not that you guys are just coming because you all are well established to a certain extent, but give the small man a break because another 5 6 years down the line, I could say, well,
Mhm.
Pastor Rob, you're the first person to ever play the Morgan's Heritage record, and folks
Yes.
that because I know them from before they even had a hit record. I was one of the first person to play music on my radio show, so that's what happened when you feature folks when they're just coming into being, and then you see them grow, and then you can say, well, I contributed to that in some way, form, or fashion. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's great having you here with us, and we're going to leave out with this song here, and it's another Janelle. I'm trying to get it up here so we could hear it.
Pandemic Records.
And until next week, this is Pastor Rob saying, see you
Bye.
next show, okay?
Okay.
But I like it. Feelings coming over me when you kiss me right there. Tell me that you ain't to please, so I will be your major tease. Falling for you. Don't know what you did to me. Falling for you. Me on eternity. Why you have me a fall, better catch me. Oh, you have me heart to be empty. Now if you ask at the best is electric. Oh, you have me still some movie centric. Honestly, I never said I'll give you my innocence. Just give me my medicine. Take me where I never been.